Welcome to the Eric Avasar Show, and I want you to sing it with me. Mane to Babe, Babe to Mane, Mane to Babe, Babe to Mane, as it was Sadio Mane sliding it on to Roberto Firmino for Liverpool's early opening goal against Arsenal. Then it was Firmino returning the favor to Mane, finding him in oceans filled of space to power home the second goal that put Liverpool up 2-0 heading into halftime as the Reds fired forward with a 3-1 win over Arsenal at Anfield. It was just a huge result, a day to forget certainly for Arsenal keeper Petr Cech. I find it fascinating that Cech has only been at Arsenal for less than 2 seasons, such a long career he's had, yet 20% of all the goals he has conceded have come in an Arsenal shirt. But for Liverpool, this was exactly the result the Reds needed after such a pathetic and dreadful display at the King Power Stadium against Leicester City. Certainly a game to forget. Jurgen Klopp, learning from his mistakes, dropping Lucas Leiva, putting in Ragnar Klavan, that certainly paid off. But this was by no means an all-out dominating performance for Liverpool. Arsenal saw plenty of possession of the ball in this game. They scored an early goal in the second half. They pulled one back as Danny Welbeck scored his first goal of the Premier League season. It's been a nightmare campaign for him, given all the injuries he's had. But, Alexis Sanchez did a phenomenal job in the build-up play to set Welbeck up for that goal. They chipped past Simon Mignolet. But, for Arsenal fans, look, they're going to be wondering, why the hell was Alexis Sanchez left on the bench in such an important match? Was there something going on behind the scenes? Was he not fully fit? There's something more to the story there, but it's certainly going to leave Arsenal fans left scratching their head. Gini Wijnaldum and Adam Lallana were absolutely instrumental for Liverpool's pressing game today. Both were relentless. Loved the way they played. And, their intensity was really key in helping Liverpool avoid allowing Arsenal to equalize. Along with, of course, Joel Matip. Nathaniel Klein not his best, but still getting the job done defensively, as did James Milner. But really, I loved what I saw out of Lallana and Wijnaldum today. That final goal, the exclamation mark on the win in stoppage time, was the beautiful game at its finest. Lallana, seemingly ready to turn into a one-man counterattack, was held up really well by the Arsenal defense. Played a ball just behind the midfield line, an incredible ball at that, off the outside of his boot for Divock Origi, just barely onside, who then played a perfect ball across the 18-yard box for a one-touch finish from Gini Wijnaldum. So, look, the 3-1 scoreline is huge for Liverpool. They're right back in the top 4 race. They have games in hand, more games played than their top 4 rivals like Arsenal and Manchester United, Man City. So, can't get all that too excited about it yet with Liverpool in 3rd place. It's kind of a misleading place in the table, but it is refreshing to see Arsenal knocked out of the top 4. It seems Arsene Wenger is going to have as difficult of a time as ever to get Arsenal to continue to make Champions League football. Both coaches are playing, going out there, leading teams with their jobs on the line. A huge result for Jurgen Klopp. I know there's going to be a massive sigh of relief for him here, but the question is, can Liverpool consolidate this momentum against a smaller club? Can they avenge their early season loss to Burnley? Arsenal and Liverpool had the exact opposite problems when it comes to facing top tier versus lower tier competition. Arsenal against the top 6 this season have 2 draws and 5 losses. Liverpool, look, they've beaten Chelsea. They've beaten Man City. They've beaten Tottenham. They've beaten the big clubs. They get it done against the big boys. The problem is when they face the smaller teams like the Burnleys, the Leicester Cities, the Hull City, Swansea, you name it. Can Liverpool win when it's not as big of a spectacle, when it's not going to be as hyped up of a match? That's what I want to know. Next week will be a tremendous test, but overall, Reds fans, so much reason to be happy today because Liverpool's top four charge is back on. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, Reds fans, you'll never walk alone, and please be sure